Hey Eberline, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today, we're diving into one of my all-time favorite comfort desserts. A classic, bubbly, golden brown peach cobbler. There's just something magical about sweet, juicy peaches tucked under a soft, cake-like topping. It's the perfect dessert for any season. And trust me, it's way easier to make than you think. By the end of this video, you'll be a cobbler pro. So, let's get our ingredients together and start baking. First things first, let's talk peach. You can use fresh or canned, which makes this recipe super convenient. If you're using fresh peaches, you'll need about 8 of them. You'll want to peel, pit, and slice them. A little trick is to score the bottom of each peach with an X, then blanch them in boiling water for about a minute. The skins will peel right off. If you're using canned peaches, you'll need about 2 29-ounce cans. Just make sure to drain them well, but save that juice, we'll use a little bit of it later to make our filling extra flavorful. Now, let's make that luscious peach filling. In a large bowl, combine your sliced peaches with half a cup of granulated sugar and half a cup of packed light brown sugar. The combination of both gives it a wonderful depth of flavor. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and a pinch of nutmeg for that warm, cozy spice. Then, sprinkle in 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. This is our secret weapon to thicken the filling so it's not watery. Finally, add a tablespoon of lemon juice to brighten up the flavors and about a 1/4 cup of that reserved peach juice. If you're reusing canned, give everything a gentle stir until the peaches are evenly coated. Look at that gorgeous, syrupy mixture. Alrighty, set your peach filling aside and let's preheat our oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 190 Celsius. Now, grab a 9 by 13-inch baking dish. You don't need to grease it for this next step. We're going to melt half a cup, which is 1 stick, of unsalted butter directly in the baking dish in the preheating oven. Just pop it in there for a few minutes until the butter is completely melted and bubbly. This step is key. It creates an incredible, buttery crust on the bottom of the cobbler that is just to die for. While that butter is melting, we can whip up our cobbler topping. This is a simple, no-fuss batter. In a medium bowl, whisk together 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1½ cups of granulated sugar, and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Don't forget a pinch of salt to balance the sweetness. Whisk the dry ingredients together really well to make sure the baking powder is evenly distributed. This will ensure our topping rises beautifully and is light and fluffy. Then, pour in 1½ cups of milk and whisk until the batter is just combined. A few lumps are perfectly fine. You don't want to overmix it. Overmixing can make the topping tough, and we're aiming for soft and tender. Okay, our butter should be melted by now. Carefully take the hot dish out of the oven. See how it's sizzling? Perfect. Now, pour the batter evenly over the melted butter. Do not stir it. I know it's tempting, but just trust the process. The magic happens in the oven. The batter will sink to the bottom and the butter will rise up, creating that amazing crust. Next, it's time to add our peach. Gently spoon the peach filling, along with all those delicious juices, evenly over the batter. Again, no stirring. Just spread them out so every bite will have plenty of juicy peach. It might look a little strange right now, with the layers seemingly in the wrong order, but this is how a true cobbler is made. The batter will actually bake up and around the peaches, cobbling them together, hence the name. Now, for the final touch, before it goes into the oven. I like to sprinkle a little extra cinnamon and sugar over the top. This creates a slightly crisp, caramelized crust that adds a wonderful texture. It's an optional step, but one I highly recommend for that extra bit of deliciousness. Our beautiful peach cobbler is now ready to bake. Place the dish on a baking sheet to catch any potential drips, and pop it into your preheated 375-degree oven. It's going to bake for about 45 to 55 minutes. You will know it best done when the topping is a deep golden brown and the filling is thick and bubbling around the edges. Your entire house is going to smell absolutely incredible. Seriously, it's the best kind of air freshener. Once it's perfectly baked, carefully remove it from the oven and let it cool on a wire rack for at least 15 to 20 minutes. This is probably the hardest part of the whole recipe waiting. Letting it cool allows the filling to set up a bit more. The cobbler will be incredibly hot, so be patient. And there you have it. A stunning, homemade peach cobbler. The best way to serve it is warm, straight from the dish. I love to top it with a big scoop of vanilla ice cream or a dollop of fresh whipped cream. The cold creaminess against the warm, sweet cobbler is pure heaven. The topping is so soft and cakey. The peaches are tender and sweet, and that buttery crust on the bottom is just perfection. This recipe is so versatile. You could try it with other fruits, like berries, apples, or plums. It's a fantastic recipe to have in your back pocket for potlucks, family dinners, or anytime you're craving a simple, rustic dessert. I guarantee it will be a huge hit. Thank you so much for joining me today to make this delicious peach cobbler. I hope you give it a try and love it as much as I do. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss any of our future recipes. Let me know in the comments below what dessert you'd like to see me make next. Happy baking, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.